Big V TV. Great to have you with us for a Tuesday night. It is officially Corey Standearther Week, one of the league's very, very best players, and we've coupled that with Craig Freeman. How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, it's just going just height to height. This show is great to be on the show again this week. Last week I was in Sunshine Coast, catching some great basketball, under 16 Australian Junior Championships, and there is some bright stars on the way. So
Victorians dominating.
So there was two grand finals, of course, boys and girls. Vic Country picked up both silvers. Vic Metro picked up both golds. Both games were incredibly close too. Both teams sharing the leads back and forth.
Well done, well done. Hey, listen, bit of a response from last night's show, Corey Standearther Week. We said a few things about the Frosties, of course.
Yep.
They want a Christmas in July special. They just want the whole Frost family coming in, hey?
Why not?
They're a competitive bunch down there at Chelsea, up and about. He's got a few mates, hasn't he?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah. As I said, the culture gets around everybody. So.
Nice, I like it. Let's get stuck into it. We're going to talk a little bit about the goals tonight. Division 2 women, there's the results from the weekend. The Bushies up on the border, very good again. Rachel Jeffrey got 19 in that one. Andrea Belmonte, the Pocket Rocket, 18 and 12. But a nice win there for North East. The big one, of course, Collingwood smacking Sherbrooke. I think Sherbrooke got Collingwood earlier on in the season, by the way.
Jada Bugs played in that game as well, but Bugs went off here, 39 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. Beck Ross with 15 and 15 for Sherbrooke. I think she got ejected in this game.
Who did, Beck Ross?
Yeah.
Did she really? Every Sherbrooke player, they rolled out on the court with a can of Mortein to try and take out the Bug. The Bug just absolutely dominated.
4 players fouled out on Sherbrooke.
Did they? 39 and 15, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Very good. Mornington got Coburg. Fiona Darnell, she's had a ripping season. If she's not All-Star 5, Craig, there's something seriously wrong. 28 and 17 in that one. Melbourne Uni got Craigieburn by 6. Good game, good win.
Great win, important win there.
Yes.
For Uni Bellagante with 13 and 8, Cameron with 18 and 5, and then we saw Craigieburn bounce back and get a win over North East, who split their weekend as well. Katu with 14 and 6, leading them. Stora 12, 12, 3 and 2.
And we've got we're talking about the run home tomorrow and also finals on Thursday, all sorts of stuff. So tune in for that. We'll have a look at these divisions. Division 2 men. There's the results up on screen for you. Southern Peninsula, good start to the weekend over Craigieburn. Damon Smith, Smitty, 27 and 9. You might have heard on last week's show, everybody's now calling this guy Smitty. Damon reckons it's the best nickname in the world. He doesn't realise that evereverone with the last name Smith is called Smitty, but
you Aussies and your
nicknames, we love it. We love it. Colin Voss, 16-11 in that one. Corey Bond had 29. But Southern Penn, geez, they dropped away after that. More on that in a moment. Camberwell got Wallen. Excuse me. Good win on the road. Melton over North East. Now, if Melton's firing, Craig, they're very hard to stop. Manny Malou was up and about.
Manny Malou's had a brilliant season, as we know. 20 points and 7 rebounds. They got up big over North East. When they're on, they're one of the hardest teams in the league to stop.
Mildura got Sherbrooke up on the border. Dallas Brown, 29. Kelvin Henry, 20 and 15. 8 assists, 5 blocks. You would have played at Mildura over the years. When they put the call out for the home crowd to come in, it's an incredible place to play, isn't it?
It's awesome, and it's one of those where you like to play because the crowd gets into you.
Right,
they get really active, but then as soon as the game is over, they're the first ones there to shake your hand, congratulate you after the game. So it's an awesome place to play. One
of the best places in Big V to play, no doubt. Now, Southern Peninsula got the win. First up, travelled to Coburg, and I've been saying it for weeks, Craig, and I'm going to keep saying it. Do not sleep on the Giants. They are legit this season. They smacked Southern Peninsula.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's sleeping on the Giants anymore. Have a history of being a little inconsistent, but that's been thrown out the window this year. They have come out and absolutely trounced some teams. Pat Green with 23 points to lead them in a strong win over Southern Penn.
Craigieburn got North East. Smitty once again, 23 and 11, up and about. Camberwell make it 2 for the weekend. Nice win over Pakenham. Nat O'Hara had 15 and Maccabi got Altona with Jack Pincus 18 points. Division 1 women. Let's have a look at the results. Started off up on the border. Mildura over Warrandyte. Vanessa Power, gun with a gun, had 36. Alexis Gassion, 26 and 18. Too strong for Warrandyte. Rach Wansborough had 18 and 16. I think Warrandyte only took 7 players up there, may have been. Always hard in that environment when you don't have a full squad. Western Port went down to Latrobe City. Mackenzie Miller 21 and 21, very, very good.
Yeah, huge game there. Rach Winters had a nice game with 21 and 8 too. And then we saw Casey get out big early over Hawthorn. Tanali Hood with 18 and 4. She's just heating up now.
Werribee over Camberwell. Werribee are a team to watch come finals. Again, we're looking at the road ahead for finals later on this week. Alyssa Bennett had 29 and 12, very good import. M Fielding 23 for Camberwell. The Dragons did bounce back on Sunday. Stoney back into that team. She's been out injured. Immediate impact, had 22 over Western Port. Rach Winters 22 for the Steelers. Warrnambool got Whittlesea. Katie O'Keefe good 26. Wormold outstanding 19-13, 9 assists, 6 steals. LT Power on the road had 17, and Geelong way too good for Chelsea. Tess Fury 18 rebounds in that game. She's the point guard, by the way. 18 rebounds. Just quickly, Chelsea's women's program, of course, they won a title last season, but a lot of changes. But excitingly for the girls, a lot of local content. Young juniors starting to push through that program.
Yeah, really exciting. I think watched the Warrnambool game last week when we played them. We had a couple juniors get on and score some points, which is always great for your club. Hopefully we see them move into seniors soon. But we've got youth league players on that team as well, and as you said, a lot of homegrown local talent. So if we can just keep that core group together, build around that, and then hopefully in the next couple of years. Tough team to beat.
And it is a transition. A lot of people think that, hey, it's all about championships. But when you go through that transition and you start to bring the next group of local players through a program, the community really connects, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I was about to say, so you look at the stats or you look at the scores, and that's not actually, we're actually really proud of our program this year, because the women get down and watch the games with the juniors as well. They're coaching and really involved with the club. So it's such a good culture. And, yeah, it's amazing.
Love it. Let's go to Division 1 men. There's the results up on screen, and Corey Standover joining us this week, and he let me in on a little bit of a stat that I'm going to mention in a moment because it is a ripper. Chelsea got Geelong. Geelong's a tough place to play, by the way. Got them there to start the weekend. Maddie Brasser had 26. Corey Standover just a quiet 24 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists.
Couldn't get one more ball?
I didn't want to take over Blue Coat.
Okay. No, I like that. Now Mitch Riggs has come into that team.
Yep.
And since he's been in, I didn't know this, Chelsea hasn't lost a game.
Yeah.
Now, we said earlier on in the year...
Not we.
Well, I'll put my hand up. I said earlier on in the year that Chelsea would not win the title this year because they didn't have a legitimate third wheel to go with Corey and also a brass. Mitch Riggs is legit third wheel, and all of a sudden we are talking about a team that can absolutely win the championship this season. He's been outstanding for you.
Yeah, well, and you say third wheel. There's definitely been games where he was probably first or second wheel, as well. So and his stats don't show everything he does on the floor. He's made us a more balanced defensive team. He's a great guy off the court as well, which is probably the most important thing. So yeah, really excited to get him into the team, and everyone loves him, and we all just it's exciting going forward. Hopefully we keep on that pace.
It feels like watching also the coach Peter Caspers just gives you guys the freedom to play.
Yeah, I've always had out here. I watch a lot of teams play, and it's really interesting. A lot of coaches just overcoach their teams.
Yep.
He does a lot of coaching. He says a lot of game plan basics and all that, but for the most part, he's more of our emotional leader.
Yep.
I'll take a couple shots, probably shouldn't have taken it. He just brings it in. He's like, no, just bring it in.
Yep.
He takes a better shot selection. So it's just, he lets us play our game. He knows what we're capable of, but at the same time, he doesn't overcomplicate it. Keeps it simple.
They're a big chance, Craig.
They're a red hot chance. I thought that from the start of the season.
Of course
you were the only one. You were the
did.
only one counting them out.
No, I go on record again, and I think I had every right to do it, and they've gone out and done something about it, and the proof is in the pudding because they haven't lost since he came into the team. So I think it's an outstanding addition to the Gulls. Melbourne Uni and Western Port. Now this was a big game, very, very big game, because Melbourne Uni have been up and about, always good on their home deck. Nick Masunda had 34, but Dylan Travis answered with 32, and Western Port get it by 8.
Yeah, both those players have been in brilliant form. Huge game for Western Port to get up and win this one, and Travis just turned it on.
Warrnambool and Sunbury. Warrnambool get it on the road. Javier Blunt had 36. He had a good game on Sunday as well. I did say leading into last week that he was about to explode. He'd had a couple of quieter games. He's a very good player.
He's always been extremely tough. I think this year the workload he's had to take on way more workload, and that's probably where we're seeing him have just a couple of those games where teams really focus in on him. But I mean, for the most part, you don't stop a guy like that. You just hope to hold him below 30.
Bulleen got Latrobe City. That was to be expected. We are going to have a look at the run to finals because Division 1 men is really tight. That's coming up later on in the week on Big V TV. Keesey and Shepparton. Keesey got it by 2 that game. Maddie Bartlett was well held to 3 points, had 1 of 13 shooting. That doesn't happen often with Maddie Bartlett. So Shepparton got the loss on Saturday. Good weekend for Keesey, by the way. But the Gators did bounce back against Sunbury, beat them by 10. Cam Vines had 17 and 7. Shepparton are a very good team. They are just going through one of those patches at the moment where they've lost a couple, but they've also won a couple. They're just not as hot right now as they were earlier on in the season. I reckon they're going to get it together for finals. Every team goes through just that 3 or 4 week. They drop off a little bit. I think Shepparton have just gone through that now.
Yeah, and you want this to happen now rather than in 3-4 weeks' time in the finals.
Yeah.
You know? So they are a good team. They're tough. 2 imports that can both play multiple positions. They can beat anybody on any night. So.
Keesey got Latrobe City on Sunday. Newbie had 23 and 13. I think Newbie came off the pine in that game. I think so. Collingwood too good for... sorry, I'm going over the wrong page. Warrandyte got Geelong. Warrandyte absolutely needed to get that win. They've won their last couple at home. Indy Sprewell 33 and 12. And they hang in there at the moment. They're still in there. And they are a very good defensive team, Warrandyte. They probably don't light it up as much offensively. They're not a team that'll go out and score 90 or 100. But you really struggle to get away from them, don't you?
Yeah, and they run. You can't get them out of what they want to do. They'll run their stuff so well that they make you play their game. So if you can outclass them at their own game, I think that's the only chance you really have.
Warrnambool got Whittlesea. Blount had 29. Did someone say Sobes played?
Nathan Sobey played.
Did he? I didn't see that.
Up for Warrnambool on the weekend.
Don Bruno 29 for Whittlesea, and Western Port got Collingwood. Dylan Travis 36. Manny had 31. Tell us a little bit about Dylan Travis.
What's there to know? I mean, 36 and 15.
Well, he's been great all season, hasn't he? He's been a terrific pickup.
He's an interesting player because watching him, when you first watch him first couple plays, he's not someone that will jump out at you straight away. But you look at the stats in 10 minutes time, and he's working on, like he's got there 36 and 15. He reminds me of Xavier Blunt actually.
Just accumulates.
Well, they play extremely hard. Yeah. I think that's one of the really underrated qualities of an import. They can come out here and get fairly lazy or demand the ball. Those 2 guys, Dylan Travis especially, he works so hard. 15 rebounds aren't rebounds.
Both
they just come
ends,
to him. He goes and takes them. So.
State Championship women. Actually, just before we get to that, outside of Chelsea going, to win the title this season, because you're going to say nothing else, who's your biggest threat?
Well, it's interesting you brought it up earlier. I think for us, it has been teams like a Melbourne Uni, teams like a Warrandyte, because they've scratched and clawed their way to get where they're at. I think coming up against one of those teams in the finals wouldn't be fun for anyone. Obviously, Shepparton and Western Port and those teams are going to be tough, but I look at those bottom teams because that was us last year. We wanted it. We just wanted it. So
what about the work Keesey's done this season?
Yeah, well, as I said, we know Shepparton, Keysborough, Western Port. Those teams are always going to be tough.
Yeah.
But what scares me is those teams that have had to scratch and claw their way.
It's a good point. I mean, Melbourne Uni, they could do anything, and if Warrandyte, who knows what's going to happen from here? But there are a couple of teams that would definitely go in with a nothing to lose attitude, wouldn't they?
Especially in Division 1 men. In the past we have seen some first round upsets as well.
Yeah, we have. State champ women. There's the results from the weekend. Southern Penn get McKinnon. Knox got Hume. Now that's a very important win, especially on the road for Knox.
It's a huge loss for Hume as well.
It is. I think Knox have wrapped up top spot though, and more on that later on in the week. Waverley way too good for Eltham. Mokaziki had 24 and 11 in that one. Keilor got Bulleen by 16. Good win for the Thunder. I think they can be suitably happy with their first season in the top
There's a
flight.
very good young core out there at the State Champ Women Keilor team as well, if they can keep them around for a couple of years now.
Well, Babbage had 23, Bandelovsky had 23, Amy Smith had 16 and 7 and 9 assists.
Keep those three for the next 5 years.
Absolutely. The Booth did everything she could for Bulleen, as she always does. She had 20 and 20 in that game. Now, the big one was on Sunday. Sunbury up against Ringwood. Sunbury got it by 6. Cass Mihalko, now remember, she went down injured.
Yep.
And since she's gone down, Ringwood lost 5 straight and have tumbled out of the top 5. Mihalko was back.
Yeah, and she played damn well, 21 points.
Best player.
And 14 rebounds, but just couldn't get over the top of Sunbury. Orla O'Reilly continued her great season, 22 points, 5 rebounds. Sunbury, well-oiled machine right now.
So Ringwood have lost 6 in a row. They are clearly outside the top 5 now.
Yeah.
But Mihalko's back. I haven't had a look at their run home. We're going to do that on Big V TV later on in the week. Are they a chance still to make it?
It's an interesting look at it. Is it them and Southern Penn battling at the moment?
Well, Hume City.
Hume City dropped this game. I think they needed to keep winning pretty much all the way out.
The run home's going to be interesting in State Champ Women. Let's go to State Champ Men. There's the results up on screen for you. Friday night game, Eltham got Hawthorn. Good game. Benny Waldron 28 in that one. Nelson Kursky's been in some form. 31 for Hawthorn. Hawthorn and Eltham are going to be in the finals, I think. So a bit of a prelude there. Knox got Werribee by plenty, by 32. Now Ryan Orbarns, who's been around for a few years, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 10 blocks. Now, well, I don't know about you, but I know coaching on the sidelines, as soon as someone gets 2 or 3 blocks in the game, I'm usually straight over to my players saying, guys, stop driving it into that player. He had 10 blocks. Did Werribee not get the message?
Look, when you're having a game like that, blocks or steals, anytime you get into double figures, like a lot of things have to go your way as well. So it's one of those, they probably didn't realise he had 10 blocks until 9 blocks later. So
doesn't happen often. Connor Coulis had 21 and 11 in that one for Werribee. Ringwood got Blackburn by 20. Brendan Trewella, great for Blackburn. He's been terrific all season. Had 30 in that one. Maddie Fennell, 19 and 10.
Truman's 350th game.
On
the weekend.
It was?
Yeah.
Well done, Nate. 350 for Nate. That's fantastic. Well done. He's been a great servant, not only for Ringwood, but over the years, played up at Sherby, and well done to Nathan Truman. That's a great story. Casey over Hume by 32, very good. Hobber 25, Lenny Lemons 24 and 11, Ben Louis terrific, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 12 dimes for
one
Ben
rebound
Louis.
away from a triple-double.
Yep, really good. Mike Rose 23 for Hume. McKinnon got Corolla by 29, Stithy had 31 in that game. Corolla went down to Ringwood on Sunday, so Ringwood get a couple. Sean Clark 22 and 10. Keilor's last couple of weeks have been very good. Big win over Blackburn.
Jordan Coleman, a very nice player. He's come up and looked at home in state championship. Man, he had 23 and 10. And then we saw Hawthorn bounce back nicely against Knox. Kirksey had a great weekend. He had 28 and 6. Jack Barry, 15-7, 4 assists, 6 steals. The kind of line we've gotten a little bit used to him putting up. He's had a great season.
Waverley got Werribee on Sunday as well. Dan Dillon had 28 in that one. Adrian Sturdy had 28 and 16. Still a tight race for finals there. More on that later on in the week on Big V TV. Corey, how long have you been in the Big V for now? 7, 8 years?
7 years.
It's been a while.
7 years.
Yeah, just your impression of the competition, because you've seen some changes. You've played state champ. You've played D1.
It's interesting. Every year it changes so much. But there's those names like the Ringwoods, the Waverleys, Eltham. Some of these clubs have just every year it's the same. They're always at the top. Division 1 probably a bit different because you got a lot of teams coming up from Division 2 and then a lot of teams dropping down. So I'd say it's a mixed bag with D1, D2. I think it's state champ men is really where you can tell, I guess, the longevity of the club and how well they've got those juniors coming through. And
you're a real big consumer of basketball as well. Some of the players up in state champ, either that you played against or that you watch now, that you just really love seeing out on the court.
Well, obviously I've got my close friends, but I'm looking at this page and there's so many names that jump out to me. So obviously like watching Mike Rose, like watching Keilor, because we played against them last year. But same as Blackburn, watching the Truella brothers. Always enjoyed those guys. I think it's just every team, there's some. You mentioned Nathan Truman having his 350. I played domestic
Incredible.
with him on the Wednesday sometimes. So it's everywhere I go, there's players there that I want to see do well. And yeah, it's a really good culture. I love being able to go at somebody and talk trash on the court, and then as soon as it's over, they want to grab a drink afterwards. So it's I love it. Love watching everybody play. So.
He's a great man.
He is.
He's a very, very good player in the competition. He's a very humble player as well. Now, coming up on Big V TV, we're going to be looking at the Youth League finals coming up, talking a little bit about that. We're looking at the run home also this week for the senior divisions in particular, and it is red hot in some competitions. It's going to be a good discussion, that one. Friday, all the big games, all the tips, who we're looking at. Corey will be joining us for that. And we're going to have a little bit of a 5-minute expose, so to speak. Well, that probably takes it to another level, but a 5-minute chat with Corey as well, and talk about one of the most remarkable stories that you will ever hear, not only in the Big V, but in basketball, full stop. This was revealed probably 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. So a lot of people around the Big V that have come in the last 4 or 5 years wouldn't know this story, and it is just an incredible story. Going to sit down with Corey for a one-on-one and have a chat about that as well. So stick with us. It's Corey Standerfer week, the great man. I think I've called him the great man about 30 times over the last 2 nights, but he's an absolute ripper. He'll be joining us right throughout the week on Big V TV. Stick with us. We'll see you tomorrow night.